Hey everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Jai Gobind and I am your channel for grace. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, live, and thank you guys for watching the replay. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel for grace, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it out on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on all social media if you so feel called, so we can get some more peeps in the house. Check out our website too, egostaryoga.com, for our latest programs that are happening, and for our social media links and our email list if you want to get on that. And without further ado, let's go into our daily all signs spiritual evolution reading. We are going to be using a brand new card deck that I just got in the mail today before I came in to do this video, and it is the Black Moon astrology cards. They look really cool and really interesting. So I'm going to go through the entire zodiac, the 12 signs, starting with Aries and ending with Pisces, and let's get going with the shuffling. Also, in a little bit less than 2 hours, I will be going live with Jason from Ray of Light Tarot YouTube channel, on his channel, and we're going to interview each other. So if you're curious about that, then definitely follow him. He is Ray of Light Tarot on YouTube. Next week, we're going to be going live on this channel. Hey John, welcome in. Good evening, good evening. So next week we'll be going live on my channel, and then after that we'll be going live weekly to do readings for you guys. So it should be a lot of fun, something new, something exciting. And let us begin. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right. So, and I will be reading from the book because this is the first time that I'm using these cards. So I like to learn what the messages are. And then eventually, you start to come up with your own message and your own intuitive feeling for each of these signs or these cards. So Aries, you got the card of solar eclipse and the message of revolution. Solar eclipse and revolution, which is also the number 44. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 is the pranic body. So this has a message in there hidden about your breath, your life force energy. So the solar eclipse revolution. Revolution is actually something that starts in individual hearts. This card spells out change. Eclipses, both solar and lunar, are the earliest forecasting tools used in astrology. Through these dramatic sky events, the ancients understood major transformations were about to happen. And since these eclipses looked so dramatic, ancient people greatly feared them. Since during an eclipse, the sun and the moon give the impression they disappear, the ancients associated eclipses with serpents they believe were devouring the lights in the sky. From this, the ancients formed the idea of death and rebirth, which is what eclipses are all about. In other words, when it comes to eclipses, something has to die for better things to be born. In the case of the solar eclipse, the effects are longer lasting. Rapid change in the direction or life path you are taking is the message of this card. Rising to sudden challenges, changes in your job or residence, major adjustments in the home and family situations, breaking old patterns, being pushed in new directions, self-mastery, working with the shadow, feeling lost, being in the dark, facing what needs to be faced, Aries, your willingness to reinvent, your feeling of being thrown off balance and then finding your balance once more, a shakedown, starting a new path, being zapped into awareness, becoming present, being required to awaken, and being no longer able to rely upon the familiar. The corresponding tarot card for this card is the Two of Wands. The key ideas are crisis, change, divorce, disillusion, breakdown, buildup, and relocation. This is a card of big change for you, Aries. The message is, you know, the energy of today for you might actually feel a little revolutionary. Follow your heart is what I feel the wisdom coming through the card is. And your heart will lead you to making the decisions, the right decisions in your life right now in this moment. I like that card. That was for Aries. Taurus. Let's pull a card for Taurus. Ooh, okay. Taurus, you got the Jupiter return card, which is all about benefits. Jupiter return. Jupiter is a powerful, powerful planet. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, Taurus. A Jupiter return occurs every 12 years. This marks the time and the largest and most expansive of planets returns to the original place when you were born. Turning up the Jupiter return card indicates a period when doors are open to you and obstacles are lifted. You are given the freedom to advance your goals with absolute abandon. It suggests you will soon be entering a time where you encounter less resistance and life should flow much easier. The Jupiter return card is the green light that gives the go-ahead. All paths are now clearing and you are to take the utmost advantage of this, Taurus. What an exciting message. All right, Gemini. Gemini is next. These are quick one-card readings today. And then tomorrow I'm going to be doing a weekend reading. So it'll be Saturday, it'll be sometime Saturday morning, but I'm going to be talking about actually the whole weekend ahead for you guys in all of the zodiac signs. So Gemini, you got the Moon card, which is all about soul. And the card is actually green. And the reason you see it all pink is because it's see-through, because of my green screen. The Moon card representing the soul. All things must come to the soul from its roots, from where it is planted. What does your gut say? The Moon asks. This card is all about mystery, feeling, and hidden messages. The Moon is receptive. It governs intuition and self-protection. Its placement by sign and house indicate those areas to which we are the most emotional or sensitive. The Moon represents what is felt instinctively and what is at the core of our emotions. In the astrological chart, the Moon is our soul. It shows the intimate side of who we are. The Moon represents security, the home we grew up in, and the need to hide away and recoup our energies. It is the female principle that is darkly moist and yielding. So the Moon can signify our relationship with our mothers, as well as pregnancy. It also signifies our grandmothers and even old age. So geriatric issues can arise when this card turns up. Crowds belong to the Moon, but also shyness, reticence, and things that occur in the darkness. The Moon card is about stepping into your emotions, Gemini. It's about feeling your way through situations and figuring out, because your feelings are your guiding system. So when you listen to the feelings that you have, especially when you have feelings that are very joyous, blissful, they get you into a place of, excitement. Those emotions are telling you that you are taking yourself a little bit closer towards your soul. And that's why the Moon represents the soul. When you feel those emotions that are negative, like anger, resentment, things like that, what's happening is you're moving farther away from your soul, farther away from your inner being, farther away from manifesting. You are actually manifesting even when you're doing that, but farther away from manifesting the things that you truly want in your life. Tap into your emotions today, Gemini. That is going to be your guide today, more than probably any other day of this whole week. So let's see what Cancer pulls up today. By the way, thanks for watching, everybody, the replay or the live. And please let me know in the comments if what sign you are and if you resonate with these readings. All right, Cancer. Ooh, this is an intense card. So you got the card that is called Void of Course Moon. Missing. Something's missing. Something might be missing in your life, Cancer. What are you not able to see? The moon is a friend for the lonesome to talk to. All is not as it seems. The Void of Course Moon card can be daunting. It may not be a good or appropriate time to answer your question. As it is now, the results may not be what you want. What is a void of a course moon? The moon travels through the entire zodiac in 27.5 days. There is a moment when the moon makes its last major aspect before leaving one sign and entering the next. It's as if the moon has gone to sleep, her wisdom being withheld until she moves into a new sign and the moon begins a new chapter or story. So right now, Cancer, you're kind of like in the in-between space. You're in the in-between space of moving from here to here. And that's completely okay. But think about what is missing. What are you not seeing? What can you give yourself a little more time to come to the realization of? This is all about letting yourself be in the unknown space, the subconscious mind, where you don't necessarily get your answers in a logical way, but you do get your answers in an intuitive way. And Cancer, you know more than anybody else what it's like to be, connecting to the intuitive aspect of your emotions and of the moon, because the sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon. That figures spot on, Jai, with previous reading. Oh, crazy. That's awesome. I love this. You could go watch all the videos and be like, that's the reading for the whole week. Very cool. All right. So Leos in the house. You got the card of the 7th house representing partners. The 7th house of partners. Marriage is neither heaven nor hell. It is simply purgatory. Abraham Lincoln. That's funny. Bindings, whether emotional and domestic or lawful, and what is right or permissible are indicated below, are indicated now. The 7th house is an area of the chart that represents the other, since it is opposed to the 1st house of the self. Traditionally, it has been thought to be the house of marriage and marriage partners, and although this may still be the primary meaning, the other can also include friends and family and peer groups. So it can mean significant others such as co-workers, since the traditional house of Libra, it governs fairness. Since it's the traditional house of Libra, it governs fairness, balance, and the law. It is also the house of open enemies. Whoa. When the 7th house card appears itself in a reading, it usually means one of two things. Either issues dealing with partners or significant others, or court cases and legal issues. The card itself is neutral, but like the actual 7th house, which strives for balance, so the surrounding cards will indicate the basic meaning, whether positive or negative or something in between. When you actually pull this card by itself though. This is just asking you to take a little bit of a closer look at all of your relationships, all of your partnerships, your work related partnerships, you know, your romantic partnerships, your friendships. Bring more awareness to that area of your life today. Maybe the message, and you'll feel it intuitively, like, why is the universe telling me this? Why is the universe telling me to look at my relationships? Is it because I am avoiding relationships? Is it because I am not taking the time for the relationships that need it? Is it that I'm not seeing something going on that I should be a little more aware of? It's like shining a light, like a flashlight, shining a light at your relationship. So intuitively, what is the universe telling you, Leo? You got to figure that one out. John says, my daughter, Taurus, sounds just what she needs and is proving good for today. Awesome. All right, Virgo. My Virgo friends. Let's see. Whoa, Virgos, you got, oh my God. I keep thinking, because there's certain readings throughout the week that I have actually, I remember, because I know people that are these specific signs, and so I see the language unfolding through the readings throughout the week that I've been doing. But Virgo, you got the card of Chiron and healing. I don't even really have to read this. I will a little bit, because I do want to make it fair for everybody. But basically, Virgos, you're going through a major healing time right now. And this is a theme that's been coming up all week for you Virgos. The quote from Rumi says, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." So beautiful. Healing must take place before you are able to deal with your matter. Chiron is not a planet but a comet with a unique orbit that travels through the entire zodiac over approximately 51 years. Chiron is the Greek word for man-horse. In myth, Chiron, the centaur, the wisest of all creatures, was the wounded healer and self-enlightened shaman. He was wounded in the flank and was almost crippled, but was rehabilitated from his wounds and sickness to pursue the healing arts through the guidance of Apollo, the god of light. This card, Virgo, is saying, step into the light. When you step into the light, which also represents the sun, which also represents the element of fire, the light, the fire will burn away all of the things, all of the darkness. And the light, when you step into the light, you are now able to see those things that you could not see before. It's an awakening in the form of perception. It's an awareness that manifests your healing path. You will see what you need to fix. You will see where your healing is headed if you allow yourself to step into the light, Virgo. All right, Libra. That card really wanted to come out. So Libra's got the element of air, which is all about communication. Not surprised, right? That's like one of your favorite things too. Air and the essence of communication. So air also represents the mind, and Libra itself represents finding balance. So this message for you, Libra, is about finding the balance that you need through communicating. Let's see what the book says about it. All actions results from thought, so it is thoughts that matter. Think it over first. This is what the card means. Put some mental effort onto it before you put your talk into action. Be logical, sort it out. The air element is about being objective and becoming mentally inspired. When we think of air, we think of clouds in the sky. Clouds and sky, and what connects us to the beyond. Air is all about lofty thinking, being broad-minded and expansive. Air sign people, Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians, sometimes come off as a little cool or detached. They weigh everything, mull the situation over, decide what they think, and then process what they feel. Air also reminds us of flight, and flight of the mind are what the air element rules over. When this air element card presents itself in a reading, it is time to put into words what you want, what you desire, and what you expect. The good news is some issues you've been working on at the current time and possibly from the past are now being resolved. You are able to face them without pretense, but most importantly, with honesty. Beautiful, Libra. Use your words. Use your words. Communicate. Communicate. It's time to speak your mind. Scorpio. My amazing Scorpios. You got the card of the North Node, which represents your life purpose. Stepping into a higher purpose, stepping into a higher frequency, stepping into a new way of seeing the world. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. The North Node points out the best areas for us to direct our talents and our wills. The North Node shows the area of gifts. It represents destiny. It is directly opposed to the South Node, which is much more serious and restrictive. The North Node represents where we begin from good work done in past lives and how that assists us in the here and now. The North Node is the place in the chart where life becomes easier. It acts like a karmic Jupiter where a doorway opens and suddenly you are where you need to be. When the North Node card presents itself in a reading, you can be assured destiny has a place in your situation. Through many life lessons, you are about to arrive at a place for your highest good. Your life is expanding and opportunities pour in swiftly, catching you quite by surprise. This card also represents past life memories and karmic connections. So, Scorpio, step into your destiny. Look at whatever is going on in your life right now, whether it's happening today or whether it's been a theme that's been going on for like weeks, days, months, years. Look at what's going on in a sort of destiny way. So how is this situation that's happening right now, good or bad, whether you perceive it to be amazing or not, without actually putting any judgment on it, how is it helping you to move closer to your destiny? How is what life is bringing you today and this week, probably too, bringing you closer to your destiny? And you have to figure that one out. You have to answer that question for yourself because only you will really know, right? It's very personal, but there is a purpose for everything. Don't forget that, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius is next. I love the energy of Sagittarius. Certain signs, all the signs are beautiful. And I feel like in the end, we really are the whole, the whole zodiac. Cool. Sagittarius, you got the 9th house of faith. Faith. It takes faith to do the things that you want to do. It takes faith to heal. It takes faith to move forward. It takes faith to reach your purpose, to reach your destiny. We travel, some of us forever, to seek other states, other lives, other souls. This card means obstacles are being lifted, Sagittarius. The 9th house in astrology is the house position for the sign Sagittarius. This is crazy, and is ruled by the planet Jupiter, the planet of openness, luck, and expansion, which, by the way, if you didn't know, Jupiter is in Sagittarius right now. So this house is ruled by the sign of Sagittarius, or it rules the sign of Sagittarius. This area of the traditional horoscope wheel is the house of travel, of philosophy, of high-mindedness, and also religion. The ninth house represents a search for meaning through established structures. Things to do with government and religion may come about whenever the ninth house is included. Destiny, fates, and karma will come into play, as well as your view of what God may or may not be. It is the house of erudite knowledge, I probably kill that word, higher learning, lawyers, doctors, and astrologers. It is most definitely of the higher mind and our need to unite with something greater. In this way, the ninth house represents churches and schools, especially ones that are old, established, and scholarly. Since it opposes the third house of communication and writing, the ninth house represents publishing and influences through the written word. It speaks of a forum for written ideas and concepts, also of joining a reputable literary world. So this house is important in the charts of writers or anyone who wishes to bring their ideas into a form, usually planet-wide. It is the house of open ranges, journeying, and opportunity. The ninth, with this card, it is time to consider your impending plans in the broadest terms. It means you will have to go outside of your ordinary life to achieve your goals. And that means stepping into the unknown. Long-distance travels, journeys, and voyages to unknown places may figure in regarding your question. The ninth house is the house of explorers and pilgrims, where there is a quest and a destination. It is where we seek guidance and understanding. The possibility of returning to school and furthering your education is likely in the near future. This card indicates a temporary disconnect from close family, where you depart from your known life into another as a pilgrim or a seeker. So this card is saying that you are getting ready to embark on an epic quest, on an epic journey, and this is about you seeking the truth, seeking your truth, seeking your destiny. And it's really just an invitation to step into like a whole new world. So that was for Sagittarius. So let's see what Capricorn has today. Whoa, crazy. So Capricorn's got the card of Sagittarius, which is represented by the mantra, I see. Because Sagittarius energy does see beyond. It definitely sees past what's right in front of it. Luck is not a chance. It's toil, fortune's expensive smile is earned. You're just about ready to hit your mark. The sign of Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter and is a mutable, easygoing fire sign. The ancient symbol of Sagittarius is a half-man, half-horse, known as the centaur, a creature trained in the art of archery, who always manages to hit his target, no matter how far he roams. Sagittarians are honest, candid, and not afraid to speak the truth. Since this freedom-loving fire sign is not offended by the truth, he is often surprised when others take offense to his words. Sagittarians are drawn to religious ideas, even though sometimes they deny it. They will go through periods of not being religious at all and claim not to believe in anything, even bucking against authority. Religion and philosophy are concepts they remain fascinated by, though. They will argue for hours about religion, and usually at some point in time, they return to some type of faith. But such a faith always remains an intellectual pursuit. When the Sagittarius card turns up in a reading, freedom at the current time is essential. You will feel the need to fight against restrictions of any kind and want everything out in the open. You want to know where you stand. If your question pertains to a relationship, you or your partner need to be given extra space and looser reins. You may find yourself especially philosophical at the current time and even studying religions which may not have appealed to you before. So this card of Sagittarius and with the message of I see means that, first of all, you're coming into an expanded awareness. Maybe today you're feeling like there's more to something than what's right in front of you. It is also a symbol of finding, giving yourself the space that you need to make a decision, or the space that you need to just take care of yourself in a general way, not getting stuck, right? It's a message of not getting stuck in any kind of thinking, being, situations, and give yourself a little more freedom, Capricorn. Like loosen up, I guess would be the message. Give yourself a little more freedom so you can actually experience what is outside of the bounds of authority or rules or anything that feels like restricting to you. Give yourself a little more freedom. Aquarius is next. All right, Aquarius, you got the Grand Cross, which is the energy of provoking, the provoker. The Grand Cross. The energy of the universe is kind of pushing you in a certain direction. Are you going to be okay going in that direction? Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. The Grand Cross is an area of tension in a chart, thus becoming a great catalyst for movement and change. A rare astrological configuration, the Grand Cross, also called the Grand Square, occurs when 4 planets form a perfect cross in the skies. These planets are around 90 degrees from each other, meaning there are 4 planetary squares, 90 degrees apart, and 2 planetary oppositions, 180 degrees apart. Squares in the astrological chart cause tension and restriction. Oppositions as well are seldom soft aspects. They come with the pressure to grow and the will to exceed any limitations put in one's path. But the Grand Cross is the most rare and intense of all. In mythology, this alignment represents the 4 directions. The Grand Cross, also called the Cosmic Cross, is symbolic of the 4 seasons, equinoxes and solstices, as well as the cross-quarter days, indicating a period of time when your life may seem at cross purposes. Usually when a Grand Cross occurs, it indicates a crisis. Yet, through this calamity will be the painful process of growth and then renewal, and eventually a greater foundation for happiness and success. Strangely, it is almost as if the planetary energies are in competition with each other. This may be a rather exasperating time when you feel provoked and frustrated over booby traps that seem to have been set in your way. It's as if everything is working at cross purposes. You feel pulled in many directions. Such false leads and failed plans may leave you unable to produce concrete achievements. When this card presents itself in a reading, it suggests there are multiple talents you are able to access, as well as numerous paths you can take. Focus and organization is the key for you, Aquarius. Until this matter phases out, expect resistance, since opposition is the main energy of the Grand Cross. Whoa, that's kind of intense. And then our last sign of the zodiac is Pisces. If you're in here and you're a Pisces, let me know. So Pisces, you got the card of Pluto and transformation. Pluto is all about transformation. Pluto, like, kind of is that energy of pushing you, sending you over and over the things that you do not want, because Pluto knows that what it is sending you is exactly what you need, and it's going to be like the fast track towards where you need to go. People living deeply have no fear of death. That is a quote by Anais Nin. Pluto, the smallest and outermost planet in our solar system, probably carries the most weight. It is the planet of extremes. Birth, sex, and death are Pluto's themes. In Greek legend, Pluto was the god of the underworld. His earlier name, Hades, came to designate the dwelling place of the dead. The name Hades means the unseen and is a good description of the energies of Pluto, which tend to transform areas of the astrological chart without us knowing until the explosion or blowout. Pluto was discovered in 1930, and although it is considered a dwarf planet, transits from Pluto are extremely powerful and bring on significant life changes. Pluto is the higher octave of Mars, but has some similarities to Saturn, which is also a force of oppression. Pluto governs renewal and rebirth. It brings to the surface things that have been hidden or are felt deep inside. These are sometimes painful to confront, or they are embarrassing of taboo. The dwarf planet tends to inspire unwelcome surprises. Pluto can be like a tower collapsing in your life, a life from which you must rebuild from debris and also inspiration. Many things you have relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. More than anything else, Pluto represents endings and beginnings. It is not a card of physical death per se. Since our lifetimes, we experience many deaths and new starts. This is simply a time when the decks are being wiped clean for new action. Most of the time you begin to feel ill at ease with the feeling of something not right, and things go down strangely with an eerie silence like the Titanic. But then what happens is you go through the crazy transition, you go into the underworld, right? Your life gets turned upside down, and then you begin to make your ascension back into your life. And when you finally come back, you are like a whole new person, Pisces. This transformation card, this Pluto card, is telling you, like, dive right in. Don't be afraid of things changing. And even if you are afraid, sometimes you won't be able to do anything about being afraid. Being afraid might just be a natural process of like having to dive deep, right? But what you can do is move forward despite the fear, because the longer you resist any kind of change that the universe is absolutely asking you to make, it'll be, when you fall, you're gonna fall farther and farther down. Like the fall is gonna be like harder. So don't make that harder for you than it has to be. Get through it. Dive right in. Whatever the universe is asking of you, this huge transformation that's like a symbolic death. Dive right in so that you can begin your ascension back and into a new version of yourself, like a whole new you on the planet. So that is the reading for you, Pisces. These were really cool. I really like this tarot deck. Again, if you're curious, it's the Black Moon Astrology cards that I just got in the mail today. And they're cool. They're like, if you want to learn about astrology, these cards are like flashcards for learning astrology. Like there's no other thing that I would recommend more than this to learning astrology. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and please feel free to comment if you resonated with these readings. And check out our website, eaglestaryoga.com. And also oh, okay, sorry, that was weird. All of a sudden it looked like there was a new message that popped on the screen. But anyways, check out the website, eaglestaryoga.com. There's so many cool new things coming up. Next week, I will be, the registration for the Earth School for Lightworkers will be open. Next week, you'll be able to sign up, make a deposit if you need to, set up a payment plan. And I am so excited, you guys. This spiritual Lightworker Earth School for Lightworkers is going to begin in March, and we're going to have 8 weeks of lectures, weekly lectures, and also lectures or interviews from guest experts in different fields, including astrology, including healing, including the body, including sacred geometry, including the universe, including personality types, so much, energy centers, all kinds of stuff. I'm really excited about it. Tune in to the channel here on YouTube called Ray of Light. His name is Jason. That's his channel. We are going to go live in Jason's channel today at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. So it's 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss our live interview with each other. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Very interesting, today's reading. Yeah, they were interesting, huh, John? I have posted today's readings to my daughter. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right, I'll see you guys again very soon. I am going to be going live on Periscope to announce the YouTube live on Jason's channel. So to let everybody over there know what's going on. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to go live and do a weekend report for all of the zodiac signs. And I'll see you again very soon. Sat Nam.